Hello, YouTubers. This is Tom from the beautiful city of Chicago. And in this episode, part 2 of Trailer Tips, we're going to talk about the bunks and suspension. Just a little review on what we're working on. This is a Triton PWC2 trailer. It's a 2003, so it's about 22 years old. And it's served me well over the years. It's been to the Pacific Ocean a couple times, out to Savannah, Georgia on the Atlantic a couple times too, and numerous times up to Mackinac City. But this trailer served me well, and I will point out some problems, but this is a great trailer. I would buy another one, and it has served me well. Now, the first thing we'll talk about here is the bunks. And I've had some problems with the bunks, and the reason why I've had problems, probably more than any other people would have, is because I power load my ski. And that is I put the trailer in the water, and then I drive the ski up the bunks. So it puts a little stress on them, and I've had some problems with things cracking and breaking. But one of the big problems I've had, and let me get you in there, and it's with this bolt loosening up. It's not loosening up. What's happening is this aluminum is compressing, and so then over time it will start to loosen up, and then that becomes a real problem because it just starts sliding back and forth. I've got one right here, and it sits on this, and you can adjust them. And then in here you tighten down a bolt. But because, like I said, it's aluminum, over time it will compress and then loosen up. So, excuse me. To get around that problem, I put on these U-brackets. And I put one U-bracket on the actual I don't know what to call this. It's kind of like a slide for it, so that the welds wouldn't break, or if they did, the U bracket would keep it secured to the trailer. The other one, I put another bracket on the stand here, and that prevents it from sliding back and forth. These really secure it well, and it's just reinforcing it. Now, one of the other big problems I had, and I have a new one, and this is a new bracket. And this bracket, let me see if I can get you in there. Well, this bracket right here, all right, it's notorious for cracking. And let me show you on this one. It cracks right along. Let me get you so you can see it right along here. And you can buy these separate. You can go to eTrailer or anywhere and buy these. But I've had a problem where these crack, and you got to replace them. The other big issue I've had with them are these lag bolts. And if you can see this lag bolt right here, they back out. It's just a lag bolt in the 2x4 here, and it's been quite a problem because they just start to loosen up, and it's just not a real secure way of putting it on the or securing it to the 2x4. In a next video, or I will make next time I change this, I'm going to change the whole design of it. Put a lag bolt in it, or a carriage bolt, go down with the nut on the bottom. But for right now, I'm just going to keep using what I got, but I have to tighten these up periodically. This one just needs a little more tightening, and let me get it tight. But you've got to check these babies, or otherwise you're going to have all sorts of problems. Now, these bunk rails here, I have replaced. I think I'm on my third set here, and I just get some power or pressure treated lumber, and then this carpet here is just bunk carpet, or you can use marine carpet, whatever. It's pretty easy to do, to replace these. Now, if you were to buy these bunk rails from E-Trailer or whatever, they'll cost you like $110, and that was just too much money. I can go to Menards and get a 2x4 for $2. So I made my own bunk rails. But the big problem with these trailers are these standoffs and these little brackets that attach to the bunk rail. So keep an eye on those. Try to reinforce these or keep a close eye on them. You're going to have to tighten them down and things like that. But that's the big problem with the bunks. But beyond that, they've been pretty good. As you can see, I did the back too with a U-bracket so that it would hold up well. Now let's go take a look at the suspension. Oh, by the way, this kit right here from Triton, you can get at E-Trailer. They're like, I think like $20 or something. They give you the bracket and the bolt. But keep an eye on these things. They're a problem. Now let's take a look at the suspension. Okay, let me get some light down here for you. I hope that helps. Now, this suspension, these leaf springs, let's talk about leaf springs first. Your leaf springs are pretty important, and I have changed these. These leaf springs are probably 3 or 4 years old. But I've had problems where this thing corrodes and it loosens up, this clamp or whatever it is. And, they corrode, but, the thing is if you've had your trailer for, I don't know, 6, 8 years or so, you probably want to replace these. You can buy these at, like I said, E-Trailer or whatever, or go back to the manufacturer and they'll sell them to you. But there is another big problem with this suspension setup, and that is back here. A lot of people don't know this leaf spring rides on a bolt. You can see that. And when you hit a bump, this compresses and then the leaf spring goes back. And they have it riding on a bolt. Now this bolt here wears out. And as you can see, if I can get a good shot of that, let me get some light on it for you, so you can see what's going on here. Is this bolt, see how that flattened out there? They will wear through. They will wear all the way through. Now, I replaced this in, I think it was April, and look how much wear it's got already. So you can see how flat that is right there. See? Yeah, that's a better picture of it. You can see the end here is kind of getting worn out. You got to check these things. You don't want this to wear all the way through, because then you'll be wearing on the aluminum part here and it will just tear it to pieces. Now these bolts are a class 5 bolt, and you can tell that by the 3 lines on the head of the bolt. Make sure you use, if you replace them, make sure you use the class 5. The class 5, yeah. So check these, make sure they're okay, because that's an important part of your suspension here. Now, there is one other problem I have. Let me get some light on it. That isn't good. Yeah, that lights it up a lot. And you can see that right in here, let me get up there, right there, you can see that it's worn through. When the trailer's loaded, that bolt will be all the way up. See, what's happening is this bolt is frozen in the leaf spring. So when it hits a bump, it's twisting and it's wearing a hole, all the way up. Now, I've got to repair that. That's no good. That's got to be repaired. And I'll have to weld in a new piece in there and grind it down nice and things like that. But that's for another video. And I've got my, let me get up here. Got a nice welder here I bought, and I've been aluminum welding. I got an aluminum welder, and it has a Teflon insert in here for the aluminum wire. So in another episode, I'm going to go and repair that. And there's also another crack in one of the braces for the fenders that I need to repair. But you've got to really check these leaf springs out on your trailer, because they can cause you a lot of problems down the road. If that bolt broke, or if that bolt just, that bracket just failed on you, you're going to have all sorts of problems. You're going to have to call a tow truck and a flatbed and put it on there and tow it away. Now, I wanted to point out one thing. Bearings and all that, I'm not going to go through in this series of videos, because there's great videos by, what are they? It's trailersmith.com. These guys, they'll give you a good idea how to do your bearings and things like that. The only thing I have to mention, though, is on your tire, in the back of the rim, check it for grease splatter. If you got grease splatter going on, then your rear seal is leaking, and you got to replace that real quick. So keep an eye on the rear of your tire, your bolts on both ends of the leaf springs. And of course, these brackets right here, make sure they're not corroded real bad or anything like that. But that's about it for the suspension. It's not a lot of stuff going on with this suspension. It's a leaf spring. Now, some people have what is torsion. That's a little different. Might want to refer to those Trailer Smith guys on that, on torsion, because torsion does need to be maintained, things like that. But I just wanted to point out some issues with the suspension and the bunks, and that's about all the problems I've been having with these things. So always check your suspension, make sure it's in good shape, and you'll get to the lake and back in no time flat. Thanks much for watching, and I'll have another video coming up soon about welding up that problem with the leaf spring and the bracket. And if you like this video, give me a like. Thanks much, and I'll see you on the next one.